All right, you don't need to respond to your haters. You don't need to reply. A friend of mine told me the other day that his teacher said, "You can't do this. You're not smart enough. You're not capable enough. I don't even understand why you joined this program. You can't make it." My friend was sharing this with me and I said, "Stop. I don't need to hear that negativity. Let your work speak for itself. Quiet those voices. Shut them down." How do you silence them? Not by arguing or explaining how you feel about their comments, but by working. So do me a huge favor, let your work be your response. Bruce Lee put it perfectly: knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. I've told you before, this is about action. No more talking. The time has come to elevate to the next level. This isn't about empty words, it's about taking action. Turn off your Xbox, put it away, power off your phone. If Facebook or Twitter isn't helping you academically, cut them off. It's time to immerse yourself in your studies. Go to your professors and ask, what will be on the test? Look at the top performing students in your class, the ones with 4.0 and 3.5 GPAs, and ask them, what do I need to know to eliminate every distraction that doesn't serve your goal? Listen to me, there will be time for leisure later. Right now, it's about discipline and focus. Kenny Rogers used to sing, "You got to know when to hold me, know when to fold me, know when to walk away, know when to run." You never count your money while sitting at the table. There'll be time enough to count when the deal is done. Understand this, after the final exam, there will be time for Xbox and PlayStation. It's when you say, "I want to be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, athlete, artist, or rapper," remember that those words demand thousands of actions. Be cautious of talking too much, because every declaration you make comes with a massive workload. Saying, "I want to be an NBA All-Star," or win the Super Bowl, requires countless push-ups, stretches, drills, and practices. If you say you want to be a lawyer, understand the hundreds of cases you'll study, books you'll read, and classes you'll attend. If you want to be a registered nurse, recognize the clinical hours, chapters, and early mornings required. Immerse yourself entirely and focus on what will help you pass. This is not the time for leisure. Leisure will come later. So how much work are you willing to put in to make your dream happen? Wishing alone won't make it real. Talking alone won't make it real. Do me a favor, enough with the wishing. Enough with waiting. It's time to act. You've waited long enough. Now it's time to get to work. At this point, there's no turning back. No more options. We're in the fourth quarter, it's do or die. You're in school because you're smart enough to be there and you're smart enough to succeed. You're capable of achieving your goals. You're not leaving. Listen to me, you're not going home until you've earned that degree. We're locking down distractions for the next 2 weeks. Shut everything down and do whatever it takes to achieve what you need. It's time for application. It's time for execution. If you're committed to your future, keep listening. If not, stop listening and find something else to do online. Here's the reality: there will be days when responsibilities overwhelm you and you'll want to give up on your dream. You'll want to let go of everything. But no matter how many times you feel that way, I want you to remember this message. If you have to, listen to it 10,000 times, play it while you sleep. Write it down. Read it daily until your dream becomes a reality. This is the power of discipline. The race is not won by the fastest or the strongest, but by the one who endures to the end. Discipline means doing the things you hate as if you love them. For some, that's reading. For others, it's exercising. Whatever it is, do it like you love it, and do it every day. Perseverance kicks in the moment you feel like quitting. It shows up when things get tough, when your mind tells you you've done enough. You don't have what it takes. Perseverance says, keep going. It won't let you settle for mediocrity. It will hold your standard when you're exhausted and think you have nothing left. Perseverance says, let's push further. Let's aim higher. Perseverance is what drives champions. It's what tells you I was made to win. Discipline isn't occasional. It's a lifestyle. There's a difference between practicing discipline and being disciplined. Practicing discipline is conditional. It depends on how you feel. But being disciplined means showing up 100% in everything you do. It means giving your best with excellence no matter the circumstances. Seize the moment, lean into the present. Recognize the power, beauty, and privilege of now. There are countless people who have passed away and would give anything to live in your shoes today. Be grateful for your help now. I love you now. And if you're still caught up in distractions, it's time to let them go. Don't let what happened last year, last month, or even yesterday hold you back. Guess what? You are delaying your own progress. But your future self is counting on you to rise. You must believe that you are in control of your destiny. Don't place that responsibility on anyone else but yourself. It all comes down to one thing: focus. Are you focused on the past, the present, or the future? From personal experience, I can tell you it's easy to get sidetracked by dwelling too much on your mistakes, missed opportunities, or disappointments. What you don't want is to invest so much energy into what happened that you miss what's happening now. You need to get in the zone so your mind is programmed to move forward. It's time to recognize your potential and find new motivation. The person you are today doesn't have to define the person you'll become. It's time to ignite a drive within you like never before. Did you wake up one day and decide to settle for mediocrity? Of course not. You had a burning desire to learn, grow, and evolve. But somewhere along the way, the world convinced you that it's okay to be comfortable, that it's fine to stay where you are. The truth is, if you're staying in the same place, you're actually moving backward. Being motivated means moving forward, pushing through challenges. The word motivation comes from the Latin word motive. What is your motive? What is your motive? Why are you doing what you're doing? Be honest with yourself. You have goals, dreams, and ambitions. We all do. As humans, we're wired to aim for something. We're goal-oriented beings. But too many people settle for less than what brings them true joy. The reality is we're here to grow, evolve, and contribute. Jim Rohn once said, "The difference between us and animals is that we have the dignity of choice." A tree doesn't decide, "I've grown enough, I'll stop now." No, it grows to its fullest potential. Every living thing strives to grow and fully express itself. When you're not living up to your potential, a part of you dies inside. So I ask you this: who do you want to become? Life isn't just about the decisions you make, it's about the actions you take. I know this firsthand. I dropped out of high school, and it took me 12 years to earn a 4-year degree. I was homeless, eating from trash cans, living in abandoned buildings. So if I hadn't pressed reset on my life, who knows where I'd be today? You have that same ability. The potential is already within you. The key is to seek out the right information, focus, and go after it. What's next for you? What's your next step? Too often, people set massive goals but don't plan the steps needed to achieve them. You can't just say, "This is my year," without knowing how to make it happen. If you're surrounded by people leading you down the wrong path, it's time to remove yourself from that environment and connect with positive influences. And some of you are so confident that you think opportunities will always come your way. Let me tell you something: nobody's irreplaceable. No matter how great you think you are, life can humble you. You're not guaranteed anything. And if you waste this chance, someone else will take your spot. Yes, I know you're hurting. You've been through things that made you question why life had to be so hard. But those experiences are shaping you into a warrior. The challenges you faced are strengthening you. Like the person in the gym who builds muscle through pain and discipline, your struggles are molding you into something greater. Life will grow you. It's not going to be easy. It will be painful, frustrating, and exhausting. You will cry, and you might even bleed, but growth demands sacrifice. You have to keep pushing, take action. It's the faith that stands behind your purpose, passion, and desire. That faith is what makes you get up every single day, even after you've been knocked down today, yesterday, or maybe even tomorrow. Nothing will change if you don't change, so you have to take action. And when I say take action, I mean you have to self-assess and realize it's you versus you. When you can look in the mirror and say, "I didn't study, I woke up late," that's when you understand it's you versus you. When you become comfortable being uncomfortable, that's when you start to grow. You start to grow and you stop pointing fingers at others. I remember a time when I lost everything, apartments, cars, everything I had come into contact with. But through those storms, those challenges, those trials and tribulations, I learned to soar like an eagle. And see, the eagle is one of the only birds that doesn't fly away from a storm, but flies into it. Flies into it. It uses the storm's pressure to soar above it, rising to a height of peace and security. Don't you want to soar? How will you use the storm? How will you use the storm to rise, to elevate? How will you soar above everyone who said you couldn't do it? What drives you? It doesn't matter how hard you go when you're on a journey to get what's yours, you will be knocked down. And I hope your faith gives you unwavering conviction, courage, and dedication. What are you sacrificing? Being physically committed to the process without being emotionally attached to the outcome is flying into the storm. It's asking yourself, what can I take from this storm to soar, to rise to a height of peace and security? We have to go to work. Because if I can get you to see how much energy you're investing in others and their dreams, I can get you to pull back and focus on what you were born to do, what you were created to do. Why is dreaming important? No matter what level you're at, you have to dream. I've noticed that people who dream and dream big have a different kind of life than those who don't. If you're scared, do me one favor, don't sabotage yourself with fear. Fear isn't real. It's something in your mind. How do you overcome it? By dreaming of what you can become. There are so many of you who spend most of your life doing what others want you to do. You don't even know who you are. So whatever you're doing, you're not giving it 120% because it's not yours. You're not good enough to be someone else. So I need you to do me a favor. I need you to be selfish about your dreams. Because when you know who you are and start operating in that, you'll bless others in a way you couldn't before. This is what millennials need. Millennials jumped into chasing material things like cars and houses because the previous generation showed them that life was about working hard to accumulate stuff. But the truth is, your power, your DNA is in your dream. Why are you fighting? This is why you're fighting. There will be times when people rain on your parade, tell you what you can and can't do. You're fighting for all those nights when you saw your mother sitting on the edge of the bed crying. For those moments when you and your siblings couldn't do anything to help. That pain, don't forget why you're doing what you're doing. There's so much greatness inside you. If you just push through, there's greatness waiting on the other side. I know it feels dark today, but remember, even the most beautiful roses begin in the dark. What will you do? Will you give up or will you keep going? My faith is bigger than a mustard seed, the faith that gets me up every single day. If there's something you want to do with your life, that deep, persistent whisper, it will always remain just an idea until you choose to believe it's possible. You have to believe it so strongly that you already see it as done. Walk like it's there, talk like it's there, believe it's there. This is your moment. Stand up and ask yourself, am I keeping my promises to myself? That's the beginning of your journey. Believe in it, but you need to believe in it in order to see it. Be whoever you want to be, believe you can achieve it, and work hard for it. It's yours. Never wait to see it to believe it. Believe in it, and you will see it. Be yourself. You are amazing and beautiful, and everyone deserves to see the real you, the person you want to be. In today's world, it's difficult to be yourself with so much fake perfection on social media. But I'll tell you this, it's the most liberating feeling in the world when you live your life knowing you are not what others have made you, but who you truly are. There's freedom in it. So stop hiding and be yourself. You are either moving forward or standing still. The choice is yours. Decide. Talent does not win championships, work ethic does. We admire those who work. We get motivated by those who work. But we often don't put in the work ourselves. So if something is broken inside of you 9 times out of 10, it's due to the lack of application. It's not truly resonating in your heart. You're still in your feelings, stuck in your emotions, trapped in your comfort zone. The moment you break free from doing what you feel like doing and start doing what you must to get the job done, only then will you see the future. That future will cost you everything. Mr. X represents your success, whatever that looks like to you. Mr. X is the picture of success, the example of your dream. And I want to be the first to tell you, if you didn't already know, you can't take an elevator to the top. The elevator might get you to the 20th or 30th floor, but you won't make it to the 40th or whatever floor your success is on. At some point, you'll have to take the stairs. When you take the stairs, that's when adversity will hit. You'll need to be willing to face rejection, to hear no, to be lied about. You'll be dragged through mud and murky waters. You can't take the elevator to the top. Eventually, you'll have to take the stairs. And when you take those stairs, you'll learn lessons that the elevator can never teach you. Rejection, hardship, and conflict will teach you things that the elevator never could. By the time you reach the 40th floor and shake Mr. X's hand, you'll be prepared to sustain the success you've worked so hard for. Everyone talks about reaching the top and chasing their dreams, but no one talks about retention. Retention, 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 the hard work needed not only to get there, but to stay there and keep rising. The mentality you need to win is simple. If you want to conquer your day, your week, your year, remember this: talent doesn't win championships, work ethic does. Here's the mentality you need: nobody's going to outwork you. I'm sorry, but you're not going to outwork me. We can work together, but you're not going to outwork me. We can dream together, but you're not going to outwork me. We may be in the same class, but you're not going to outwork me. First and foremost, you must have a made-up, fully persuaded mind that no one is going to outwork you. Stop waiting around complaining and waiting for someone else to connect the dots for you. Put in the work and take the stairs to the top. Ask yourself, what are you known for? Become notorious for service, notorious for work ethic, notorious for finishing what you start. You have to be willing to lose sleep to pursue your dreams. Lose sleep to graduate, lose sleep to pass that exam. You need to have a whatever it takes mentality. If you want to win, you're going to have to get upset, sometimes not in a non-productive way, but in a massively productive disappointment. Get upset with where you are, with what you haven't accomplished, with every moment you allowed yourself to be distracted. Get upset with yourself for the times you let depression or distractions take over. But don't let that upset lead to quitting. Get upset, then keep going. Rewire your anger. Don't get upset and quit staying the game. From this moment on, give it everything you've got. Show up and play at the highest level of yourself every time. If you're going to put the work in, give it everything: blood, sweat, tears, give it 1,000%. This is the only way you'll make it to the top. The stairs will have names like confusion, rejection, misunderstanding, but keep climbing. You'll face sabotage, betrayal, lies, and people will give up on you and write you off. But before you reach the 40th floor, people will count you out. You must climb every stair, overcome every obstacle. Because when you get to the top, you'll meet Mr. X. And after you meet Mr. X, there will be another X, whatever your X is. Define your X. Just find your X. You've got to be punctual, disciplined, the first to show up and the last to leave. You need to manage your time wisely, maintain a balanced lifestyle, develop a hunger for mentorship, a thirst for wisdom and for correction and constructive feedback. And stop having a problem with being corrected. Your budget for empowerment and education must exceed your budget for entertainment. You may feel discouraged, but work. You may be tired, but work. You may be overwhelmed, but work. Work. People may doubt you, write you off, but work. You may feel unqualified, overlooked, and undervalued, but work. If you want to win, you must work. Work with tears in your eyes, when no one understands why you're working so hard. Just work when you don't feel like it. From now on, get out of your feelings. If you only work when you feel like it, you won't accomplish much. Destiny is not about how you feel. It's about what you're called to do, what you're anointed to do, what you're assigned to do. It's an appointment that none of us can afford to miss. Except the fact that whatever you want to accomplish, it will require hard work.